The Chicago gang, Flyboy gang widely known as FBG, is mainly associated with STL/EBT on 63rd and St. Lawrence. What many people don't know is that FBG wasn't even the original name. The founding members FBG Dutchie and FBG Young had the name GMB, but a crew in their school in 8th grade already had the name, so they changed it to what we now know today as Flyboy Gang, aka FBG, and was mainly to push music at the time.
I was finna say, so what was the reason behind the group? Like, did it start off as music or was it some other?
It was some music shit. Cause like we was like, I told you we started this shit like we was like 8th grade type shit. Yeah. So niggas we was going to school with, they had some shit going on. But they had started they shit called GMB.
I know you felt me get that.
Yeah, I'm just saying in general, I'm telling the truth type shit. So we started our own type shit.
Duck was among the OGs of the group when it started. I don't know if the three of them knew how big a movement they began back then.
So who actually started FBG?
Shit, me, folks, and Duck. Hey, I ain't seen you smoke nobody. Yeah, me, folks, and Duck. He been running around in circles.
Oh, bro.
The youngins were creative with it too. Wanting to separate themselves from just a regular crew, they did something different, giving each member numbers to their names.
So where the numbers come from in y'all names? Like a lot of people notice like it'd be numbers like 00, this and that. Like where that come from?
So I don't even know how that
shit came from like just being young, trying to be different type.
As time went, FBG became something huge with many popular trappers turned rappers getting their numbers. While the exact order and numbering of each member is sketchy, some platforms online give insight on who got what numbers. Verifying each member's number, you have to go to the founders for that. FBG was on the rise. The crew got huge, but some of the main members and affiliates of the movement was Dutchie, Young, Duck, Duck's older brother FBG Brick, Young's older brother FBG Cash, Wooski, Butter and K.I., King Yella, FBG Creed, Lil Jay, and Billionaire Black. Chicago drill was taking form and ops like Keith and Durk was gaining traction. The music went from being a way out, but also to taunt the ops, and FBG wasn't gonna sit back and take disrespect from no one. FBG Duck would come out swinging with the FBG anthem Wild Out, and FBG Young and Dutchie, who back then went by the rap alias DJ and Mellow, dropped the banger, Hitter Music. That was the beginnings of what would become one of the few groups able to rival popularity on the mic with the ops. Keith was the first to make it big. Durk and Reese was next to get that spotlight on a grand scale. But FBG had their trump card. Big clout FBG Duck, who became a big dog in the streets and had the respect and power that took the FBG brand into fame status. Concerts, schools, Duck was doing his thing. FBG Young's pops, known as Manny, would launch Clout Boys Entertainment with the intention of signing FBG artists. In 2013, FBG Young and FBG Dutchie would drop the music video for Hood Banger, Murder, and you can see everyone from Wooski to K.I. to Duck in the video and the crew rocking the Clout Boys Entertainment merch. In a Zach TV interview with Dutchie and Young, credit was given to Dutchie as the one who came up with the Clout Boys Entertainment name. It originated from his time in the pen, and when he got home, he stamped and sealed it with the gang.
So hold on, you say Duck, like what's the name of the group? First of all, man, what's the name of the label of the group?
Clout Boys, man. Clout Boys DNT.
How you come up with that name, Clout Boys, man? How you talk about that for a minute?
I mean, like, shit, I came home. They was so caught up in the streets, and they counting, everything ring, man. I'm shorty them going crazy, caught up. Like, man, we Clout Boys as soon as I get home. That nigga knows, right in and out, we caught up, Clout Boys.
Clout Boys, NT. So y'all started that name?
Yeah.
It was looking like FBG was a well-oiled machine that was taking over the streets and the airwaves. But popular urban news YouTuber Trenches News exposed that allegedly there were red flags of FBG's demise early on. According to him, He was with them at the start of their rise and was helping take the group to the top with things like getting their songs on the radio and getting them show gigs. That's where he noticed the first real red flag of the fall-offs. It was a show in Indiana he got them. Maybe that was something that could be smoothing out over time, but once the ops started getting the upper hand in the beef, it would lead to the one keeping everything together to lose his life. It started with someone who wasn't FBG, but was close with him, especially Duck. Tuka was Duck's homie for real, and when he was murked on January 12, 2011 at the bus stop in 63rd and St. Lawrence in the Woodlawn neighborhood, that started FBG's path to self-destruction.
Okay. So like at what age did you and Tuka really become friends?
Like, he was like 14. I met him a year before that. No, I was like 2 years before that. It was like 2 years before that, before he got killed. But you know when you meet a motherfucker and you real close to him, then if y'all click, then y'all click, you feel me? And me and him clicked, like that was one of my real close friends. Like every day, like spend the night at his house, he spend the night at mine. We fucking bitch together, everything, like everybody know what was going on, you feel me? Like that was my man.
So that was essentially your best friend?
Basically, you could say that.
Okay. So you guys met, and then at 15 years old, I guess he was at a stop, at a bus stop?
Mm-hmm.
And he gets killed at the bus stop.
Mm-hmm.
When you found out about that, how did that affect you?
It f***ed me up. I was really at a basketball gym. I was on my way home. And my cousin came in there running to me crying and shit. Man, your friend just got killed. You feel me? Then I ran all the way from 62nd and Wabash all the way to 63rd and St. Lawrence. Saved them right there on the floor. You know how that shit broke right down, you know. You see your friend dead, you actually gonna start crying.
Founding member FBG Young recalls that hit as the first body that really had a huge impact.
It took me back to like losing Tuka, like the first person that got killed and that shit. Cause I usually think like I lost a lot of friends. I'm really numb to it, but that shit hurt.
From there, the beef just kept going until it chipped and chipped the FBG gang. April 2014, the woman they call the female assassin followed Tuka to the grave when they caught her lacking and ended her life.
But neighbors say Barnes and a friend were walking along the sidewalk when a gunman started firing.
When the bullet hit her, it was so powerful, she fell on the step.
Residents who do not want to be identified say Barnes fought to live, but had been shot at least 9 times.
In the jaw, in the neck, and in the chest, and in the legs. 9 times, he said.
Barnes was transported to Northwestern where she died, and tragically for this neighborhood, it wasn't the first child lost to gunfire.
There's been heavy debate about if she was really like that in the streets, but one thing's for certain, her name even made national news for being a shooter and assassin.
She was very unusual in that way. The estimates of how much damage she did varied depending on who you talked to. A high-level source I talked to said that a girl matching her description was a suspect in 3 to 5 shootings. One of those was a murder. I talked to other sources who are closer to the streets, and those people say that she was thought to have committed at least 15 shootings.
After O-Block gangster Davon Bennett, aka King Von's passing, cops would release documents labeling the FBG op as the shooter. Things started to look shaky for FBG, but in the public eye, they was giving O-Block them a run for their money with big clout at the forefront. But slowly, the losses hit closer and closer to home. July 2017, FBG Duck's older brother, Jermaine Robinson, aka FBG Brick, was murdered in the 6300 block of South St. Lawrence. His older brother, Jermaine Robinson, was shot and killed in a double homicide in Woodlawn on the south side in 2017. Not only was FBG Duck hurting, but Mama Duck had to bear the hurt of her son being lost to the deadly feud in the streets. FBG was getting attacked from all angles, externally and internally. Turns out, Lil Jay started doing some foul things to the clique and acting brand new. Bro was milking the Clout Boys brand and even was nicknamed King Clout. But what's worse, he was broke and started stealing from Duck himself.
Niggas sleeping at my crib, you feel me? Whatever the case may be. Like I say, niggas stealing, all that shit, taking shit, thinking they can get away with it. Hell no, cause you thinking you can get away with it cause you know whatever I tell folk them, they gonna fall back.
Did he steal from you or one of somebody?
On some for real shit, he stole some little petty money. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't never look at it as nothing too much.
Right, like fuck that shit.
That's little shit.
Right.
You feel me? Who cares? Even though he could have asked. You see what I'm saying?
Duck saved him from being murked by his partners, but instead gave the green light to put pause on Lil Jay.
How your homie them felt when they like, damn, your man you brought around take it from us?
On some for real shit, folk don't want to
do
that to us. Folk them, but I'm like, nah, folk, beat them. You see what I'm saying, folk? Beat them instead of, just beat them, folk. You know what I'm saying? My folk pooped them up a little bit. Yeah.
Oh, so he did get in an altercation over there?
Oh yeah, he got into an altercation.
With all that happening, his place in the crew got X'd out, especially after he went to the pen.
Okay, well, because it seemed to be like some problem going on with the account. Was he fucking with y'all before he got incarcerated?
No.
Wow, the people don't know that, man.
Right, they don't know a lot of shit. That's what they just going off of what we used to do. You feel me? How close we used to be. That's what they going off. You feel me? If niggas don't know, we weren't talking a long time before we even went to jail. You feel me? It was like a year. Like we weren't with each other. Like it wasn't we weren't kicking it. You feel me? He got to doing his own little thing with the little WTO shit. Him, Tunchi, whoever he was with. You feel me? They got doing it. Other shit. You see why they in the situation they was in, and we wasn't around because niggas weren't fucking with us. You feel me?
He came out on his own way, continuing to push his own movement and cut FBG off.
It seems like from the outside in, I'm not from Chicago. I see everything. I'm on YouTube. Where does FBG now? I mean, you got FBG Cash, you got Dutchie, you got Young, you got from Billionaire Black to King Yella to, Duck. It's a lot of, I can keep going. It's a lot of y'all that really came up together. Where do y'all stand at now? What's going on with FBG?
I don't know, man. I'm just living my best life, living how I've been living. Solo dolo on my team, on my WTO shit, man. All the other shit I don't know nothing about. I ain't been knowing nothing about it, period. On my WTO shit, that's it, that's all.
Even with all this, once Duck was still around, FBG had a fighting chance in the streets and music. But the striking blow for FBG would come on Tuesday, August 4th, 2020. FBG Duck was assassinated in the Gold Coast area, a luxury and boutique shopping district near the city's downtown.
Erica and Brad, a man and woman, were seriously injured in the shooting, but their friend, a rising Chicago rapper, did not survive. The bustling shops and shoppers in the Gold Coast caught off guard when chaos broke out on Oak Street off the Mag Mile.
I heard like a machine gun going off.
Howard Gordon happened to be standing outside his convenience store. That's when those shots echoed. His store surveillance captured the horrific sounds.
I knew for sure this was gunshots, but I had no idea where they were coming from.
CPD would later determine someone fired those shots at Chicago rapper FBG Duck, the investigation revealing not one, but 2 cars involved in his shooting.
4 individuals exited those vehicles, 2 from each vehicle, and began firing.
Close to 50 shots fired before the shooters jumped back into their cars, leaving this bloody scene behind.
And I saw a black car going very fast west on Oak Street.
Those bullets killed FBG Duck and also injured this woman who police say was with the rapper along with a 3rd man. The shooting in the Gold Coast left so many baffled.
Cops arrested and charged 5 O-Block members with the homicide. Charles Liggins, aka C Murder, Kenneth Robertson, aka Kenny or Kenny Mack, to Carlos Alfred, also known as Los, Christopher Thomas, aka C-Thing, and Marcus Smart, aka Muwop.
The barrage of gunshots caught on video is hard to forget. The shooting, police believe, was committed by 4 people who jumped out of 2 cars on a busy Gold Coast street, traumatized shoppers, and killed Chicago rapper FBG Duck in August of last year.
Thank you, and thank you all for being here.
Now, more than a year later, Chicago police, the FBI, and federal prosecutors announcing charges all against 5 men who they say are all members of the O Block street gang.
Cops would release more reports stating that King Von was the mastermind who put a 100K hit on Duck's head. Once Duck was gone, FBG really at that point went with him because he was the one putting the gang on the map. To make matters worse, FBG Young's brother, FBG Cash, also lost his life on June 10th, 2022. Cash was in the vehicle with a shorty at approximately 5:30 a.m. in the 1600 block of West 81st Street when a black 4-door sedan pulled up and the op popped out and wet bro up.
A Southside rapper was killed this morning after a gunman armed with a rifle opened fire on his car. 31-year-old Tristan Hamilton performed under the name FBG Cash. Police say he was driving near 81st and Ashland when the shooting occurred. A 29-year-old woman who was asleep in the car was seriously wounded. Hamilton was part of a group of rappers known as the Flyboy Gang. Nearly 2 years ago, another member of that group, FBG Duck, was killed on the Gold Coast. His real name was Carlton Weekly. 4 members of the street gang have been charged in that murder.
FBG Cash didn't make it. His brother FBG Young had become numb to all the friends lost, but when his own blood got murked, that one left a scar he couldn't hide.
Like I say, like I done blocked a lot of shit out just to being like, just to losing all my friends. I just blocked a lot of shit out just to even deal with that, just to not get to in my feelings about this. But like losing the brothers, that shit like bring out all your emotions. Cause I usually think like, I lost a lot of friends. I'm really numb to it, but that shit hurt.
Cash was different just because he was such a big personality to y'all?
That's my big brother. So it's like losing the brother shit. I felt for a lot of people in the hood that lost their brother shit. Everybody that lost like a family member, period, shit, it was like, yeah, that shit different.
The sad thing is, even now, Mama Duck claims she's fighting for her son's legacy. She tried to release a Duck album titled, quote unquote, He's Back, but claims Manny had it taken down and still saying Duck is under contract so the music is his.
I dropped that He's Back album after Duck passed away. It was took down because we got an email saying we are releasing music from their artists and we don't have the rights to do it because that's their artists and we could be sued.
She even says Manny owes Duck $800K.
They still have Duck's album, okay? They still have obligations to pay him. He was still owed $800,000 that he never received. So if y'all ain't pay out, this is what I don't understand. If y'all ain't pay out y'all agreement, or maybe y'all did, so who owes y'all?
FBG Dutchie and FBG Young are trying to keep the FBG legacy going by continuing to work on music. But many have already given FBG the L and stopped talking about them like the notorious gang and movement they were. The streets took it all away. They were kids raised by the streets that made a crew which took over. Now all of that is just a thing of the past. It all fell apart. Alright y'all, there y'all have it, man. This is the story of FBG. Get in the comment section, man. Let me know what y'all think. Drillers and trappers, we out here trapping and drilling. You already know what it is, man. Don't go nowhere. Watch that next video. Say it with me. Gang!